Food costs continue to rise, but just how much do we spend as compared to others? Barbecue hits the health and beauty section, and now it's all about extreme eating. For August 3rd, 2011, this is Food News Today. Good morning. Today's broadcast is pre-recorded, but I am here live in the chat, and immediately following Food News Today, we continue with a live discussion in our chat room below. I hope you'll send me your comments or questions, phil@supermarketguru.com. Food News Today is sponsored by Conagra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. In Economy and Spending, we take a look at just how much Americans spend on our foods as a percent of personal income. It's no surprise that food prices are rising and will most likely continue to do so. We've seen extreme couponing, changing buying habits, and even people cutting portions. But do you know how we compare to others around the globe? The United Nations has stated that food prices will soar by as much as 30% over the next 10 years. That's due to an increase in global demand, economic depression, the cost of fuel, floods, droughts, and other weather conditions. In 1933, Americans spent 21.9% of our income on at-home food. Today, according to the USDA, we spend just 5.7% on our foods that we eat at home. Compare that to the rest of the world. In the UK, it's 8.6%. Canada, 9.2%. Hong Kong, 12.2%. France, 13.5%. South Africa, 19.8%. Mexico, 24%. China, 32.9%. Egypt, 38.1%, and Pakistan 45.5%. Now, of course, the incomes are lower in most countries with a higher percentage spent on food, but it's important to remind ourselves just how fortunate we are. In consumer trends, it's all about the fragrance. The perfume business worldwide is around $30 billion a year. And celebrities including Elizabeth Taylor, Britney Spears, and even Justin Bieber have all made fortunes hawking their signature scents. And now it seems that one food company wants a piece of that action. A new cologne named Q has hit the market. Pork Barrel's Barbecue New Cologne is an intoxicating bouquet of spices, smoke, meat, and sweet summer sweat. Co-owner Heath Hall explains that he and his business partner wanted to add something unique and interesting to their local sauce empire. He explains the premise, and I quote, "When you go to a barbecue, you always hear someone say, 'Ooh, that smells really good. The wood and the meat and everything.' Right now, Q is only available online for a limited time. I'm not sure that I want to smell like a barbecue." We report much here on Food News Today about how we eat and what we can do to eat better. In our health and wellness segment today, we take a look at the Center for Science in the Public Interest 2011 Extreme Eating Awards, which is a bellwether on just how bad some of the foods that were being offered at restaurants really are. Now, the folks at CSPI suggest with 2 out of 3 adults and 1 out of 3 children overweight or obese, you'd think that restaurants would have some interest in keeping their patrons alive and dining out longer. With mandatory calorie labeling on the horizon for chain restaurants, you'd think that restaurants would be dropping high-calorie items from their menus. With close to 30% of young Americans too heavy to join the military, you'd think that restaurants would at least stop introducing new heavyweight items. So CSPI says. So who are some of the winners of this year's awards? First up, Five Guys Bacon Cheeseburger makes a Big Mac, which has 540 calories, or a Quarter Pounder with 410 calories, look like a kid's meal, according to CSPI. A Five Guys Bacon Cheeseburger has 920 calories, almost 30 grams of saturated fat, which is 1.5 days' worth, without the toppings. Over at the Cheesecake Factory, their Chocolate Tower Truffle Cake weighs in at 3/4 of a pound. That's 1,670 calories, 2.5 days worth of saturated fat, which is 48 grams. California Pizza Kitchen Tostada Pizza with Steak has 1,680 calories, 32 grams of saturated fat, and 3,300 milligrams of sodium. Here's my favorite. P.F. Chang's Double Pan Fried Noodles Combo is only 1,820 calories. It delivers an off-the-charts, get this, 7,690 milligrams of sodium. That's the equivalent to a 5-day supply. Chevy's crab and shrimp quesadilla is a white flour tortilla stuffed with cheese and cream sauce and topped with guacamole and sour cream. Even has a little bit of crab and shrimp inside. The platter packs 1,790 calories, 63 grams of saturated fat, and 3,440 milligrams of sodium. And people are wondering and arguing why we need on-menu nutritional information listings, huh? For the complete list, just visit cspinet.org. For Food News Today, I'm Phil Limpert. Thanks for joining us. If you have a colleague in retailing, the media, or a blogger who would also like to receive our advanced email, please ask them to visit us at foodnewstoday.com to sign up. Next week's stories will be in your Tuesday email. Have a great and healthy week.